Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Eastleigh save. Now we are in February, just at the end of it. We've made it through a few months as well. So we are sitting in 12th, which is a very, very good position. We're a little way off any playoff hopes, but we are getting a good bit of form together. In and out, I would say, but we're doing not too bad. Let's make sure we get this up properly. We can see, obviously, we lost our previously to West Ham 2-1. We got a draw against Swansea, which was a very, very good result. And then a 3-1 win against QPR and a 3-0 win in the FA Cup against Bristol Rovers. Unfortunately, we did end up losing a few games in a row next, which was Burnley, Huddersfield and Middlesbrough. Not great performances there. But we did end up getting a few more wins after that. Sunderland with a win. We drew with Bournemouth in the FA Cup. And then a 2-0 and a 2-1 win against Derby and Fulham. We have just gone on a bit of a run, a dip in form from the last run, losing on penalties to Bournemouth in the FA Cup. So we're out of that, unfortunately. We lost 1-0 to Reading and 1-0 to Bournemouth again. But against Bournemouth, we should have won. We absolutely dominated the game, and I don't quite know how we didn't score. So it's kind of a bit ridiculous. But with that said, I'm feeling pretty good. I think we are working well. We have looked to sign a few more players. And in the transfer window, that is certainly something we have done. So that is what I will be showing you now. So ins and outs. There has been a few loans, but one note to note is Karamoko Dembele has left us to join Millwall. We sold him for 100,000. His contract was going to expire at the end of the year. I wasn't sure whether to renew it or not, but getting a bit of money for him, I think that's a decent deal. He didn't really perform for us. We also, unfortunately, Marko Jozanovic has been bought by Aston Villa. His contract, his release clause in his contract had been met, and the board accepted it. I tried to negotiate with him, but he wasn't having any of it. We have got him back on loan until the end of the season, so that's good. It's not going to mess us up too much. But with that money, I have brought in a couple of players just to shore things up, give us a bit more oomph going forward, and just generally. Now, a few of these are going to be in our academy and youth teams, so it won't necessarily be first team football straight away. But the first one, obviously, Carl Hudlin was coming in January, and he has hit the ground running. He's been in pretty good form. 2 goals in 6 appearances there, but he's got 2 goals in the league and 2 goals in the cup. So 4 goals in 9, really. But so I'm very happy with him coming in for a free. I mean, we sold him for 230,000. A couple of seasons later, he's back with us. We love him, and hopefully he'll stick around for a little longer. Reece Sutherland from Hearts, he's joined us now. 21-year-old centre-back / right-back, so he's in the first team. He has been helping us out there, which is good. Zhao Jin, a Chinese striker, 19 years old, a little bit of pace, but some great finishing, great off the ball, and great technique, along with composure and first touch. And anticipation. I think he's kind of the perfect poacher. If we can develop him nicely, he could develop into a decent championship player. So that's quite nice. And it's always good fun to have a different nationality in your side that you would normally. Obviously, Jozanovic has come in on loan. We have signed someone from Dynamo, though, for 1.2 million. That's Zvonimir Markota, a left-back / centre-back. Not sure where is best for him. I mean, he's very solid left-back. So it would be a no-nonsense style. He's not necessarily going forward, so he probably will develop more as a centre-half as we go on. But like I say, under 21 for Croatia, so he's got a bit of international experience in that side of things, and just gives us an extra option at the back. Marcos as well, 96,000 from Santos. Yeah, he looks like someone who could develop into a decent championship player. I mean, he's nothing spectacular, I'll be honest. It was more just kind of a hope, a punt in the dark, because we didn't really scout him much. I was hoping for some reason he might have just been an absolute bargain. Maybe not quite as good as I'd hoped. Callum Connolly, though, has come in from Hull for 100,000. He is, just because he can play anywhere, centre back, right back, and centre midfield, just covers a few bases, and he's pretty solid, I have to say, all round generally. So I'm pretty happy with the signing. He's older than what we want to bring in, but on a more short-term basis over the next year or two, he should be able to do a good job for us. We've also brought in Malachi Fagan Walcott, basically because O'Connor wants to leave, and so we needed someone to replace him. Very, very quick, decent tackling, okay heading. So he's not going to be a showstopper. He obviously has come from the division below, but that's really all we can sign. But he's done well in his first 2 games he's played for us, so can't really complain about that. So yeah, I think he's good as a backup. He'll do for us as a backup. Next one is one that I'm very, very happy with the signing of. It's Aseni Sukalo from Bate Borisov. 130,000 rising 135. He is a left back. Already played 15 times for Belarus at 19 years old, and he's been very good for us so far. Nice physicals. Mentals are looking very, very good for such a young age, and hopefully those technicals will start to increase quite quickly as he starts to play more and more for us. And he's someone I'm really hopeful of being very, very good. Jimmy Gomez as well is another one, an attacking midfielder, advanced playmaker for Colombia, or at least they're under 20s as he's 19 years old. Some nice stats there. Again, hoping to either be able to make some money off him or get him in the first team. And then finally, Liang Kang is the other one, a Chinese international, 17 caps and a goal for the Chinese national team. Again, he works his socks off in the middle of the park, which I think would be good for either box-to-box or ball-winning midfielder. He can run constantly with that teamwork and work rate there. He's never going to give up. Played for Guangzhou 100 times already in his career, and he's only 20. So I think we've done pretty well bringing him in. Again, if he's not coming on a free, so if he doesn't play for the first team, that's fine. We can try and sell him on. Otherwise, we've got no problems. So that is kind of where we're at. Like I say, we are 12th in the table, so we'll have to jump into today's game against Sheffield Wednesday and see if we can get a win. We have got the issue of Josh Hare wanting to leave, so he will be probably leaving at the end of the season permanently, unless he changes his mind. I mean, I might look to replace him anyway. We need a right back, but we'll have to kind of see how that goes. But we've got Okonkwo in goal, Hare at right back, Magoma, Amol and Sukalo at left back, Pape Mendy, Connolly, Elliott and Stepe in the middle, with Ramsey just behind Hudlin up top. This is the kind of 4-4-1-1 formation we've gone for so far. We have got the 4-4-2 otherwise, but this is kind of what's been working and getting us a few wins every now and then, and being dominant in some games, which is quite nice. But let's jump into it, see if we can get a win today away from home. That may be something we'll have to look at, is if we play a different formation away from home to home, because when we're at home with this formation, we seem to do it very well. When we're away, sometimes it can be a little bit iffy depending on the team we play. But yeah, let's get into it and see if we can get the win today. Okay, so first highlight of the game comes in 10 minutes. And it is their throw-in that came in, but it was ultimately blocked, going out for a corner for Sheffield Wednesday. They'll be looking to get a good win today, I'm sure, because we're a team. Again, it came up earlier on with the fact that we're paying our players 135 grand a month or a week or whatever, and every other team is paying their players at least double that. So we're funds are a bit tougher for us, and the fact that we can't pay our players that much is limiting who wants to sign for us and who can sign for us. There's a few players I've looked at and offered and spoken to, and they just want more money than we can offer them for the role. You got hot prospects wanting a few thousand, and that's what we're offering our first team players. So it's a challenge to bring in players that can perform as well as stay within our budgets. But I think we're doing all right. We're sitting in 12th, which is, again, continuing to improve. After this game, unless something drastic happens, we probably just would jump to the end of the season, because I don't want us to hold up and wait for anything further if not much is going to happen. If we're mid-table mediocrity, it's just a development process, I think, at this stage, and try and get to a point where we can get those little pushes to the playoffs and slowly fight our way up the table. But it's always going to be a challenge. I mean, with 10 minutes to go till half time, we've been very limited in both our chances and theirs. There's not much has happened. I think we've only had that one highlight. So we might have to look to make a few changes as the second half comes round. But 5 minutes to go, I think we will definitely be looking to make a change. All right, so we have made 2 changes. Diondrena Stefancic, who's developing as a right winger, will be coming on for Papamendi. And then Alvaro Ortega has come on for Connolly. And then Ramsey's just sat back into the deeper role in midfield. So Ortega is one of the players that have come up from the youth team. I say youth team. We brought him in, I think it was a season ago or so. And he's started to get into the first team squad now. Playing a few more games for us, slowly easing him in along with a few other players. But it's just trying to make sure we've got competitive players who want to go on to the next level. And you never know, that at some point we might get the good mix and get all the way up to the top. But losing players like Jozanovic isn't going to help that, that's for sure. But Sakalo on this left-hand side, can he get a yard? He does. Ball in, Hudlin with the header, and it's just over the bar. That is his only weakness, is actually getting the header on target. Winning the header can do all day long, but actually getting the header on target and causing the keeper to make something happen to save it, unfortunately, it's not quite as often, but he causes absolute problems for the defence, even at this stage. Sakalo with the throw-in down the line, he finds Ortega. Can Ortega make something happen? Sakalo, and he looks inside back to Amol, who again will have to turn on this and play it into Elliott, but he plays it forward to Ortega. Stepe now looking to take on his man. He does get past him and he's got a yard now. He'll have to turn back. Cuts it back to Sakalo, into Elliott, who turns into Ortega, shot straight at the keeper. Stefancic, can you make something happen? Not quite. He's tried to play it back to Hare, and it's been a poor pass. And now they will look to break. Sheffield Wednesday countering. Few is coming forward. And then the overlap by Olakigbe is a good overlap, and it's pushing us back. Ayoma now into Olakigbe again. And he finds Few, and he smashes it top left-hand corner. It's frustrating. That is frustrating, considering we had a shot down the other end. We could have scored, and probably should have scored with how good a effort on goal or opportunity it was to get a goal. And they find a yard and just smash it top bins. A real shame. A real shame, considering they're below us in the table. We are still playing okay. It's just, again, it's just finishing our dinner. It's getting a striker that can actually finish things. Mias was that striker, and unfortunately he was bought by Burnley, who are sitting in 10th, which is just ridiculous that they can spend that money on someone who they don't even play. But let's move it over now. Mark Tyne, should we bring on? Yeah, let's bring it on for Josh Hare. Why not? Get him on the pitch for the last 20 minutes and see if we can create something, just to see if we can get back in the game again. Broadhead, though, has received the ball from that switch, and then he looks to get it back, but it does then just ricochet off him onto Brown, who does find the ball in, back post, headed back across. Carvalho, Okonkwo, a strange punch away, and then we do manage to get it clear. Sakalo doing that job, but yeah, again, it's not great stuff. Magoma, though, nods it down to Ben Elliott. Here we go. You've got plenty of space there. Can we make something happen? He's got loads of time, and he looks through to Stefancic, who's made that run. He's through on goal. He's got to finish it, surely. No, he smashes it over the bar. Oh, it doesn't even make the keeper make a save. And it stays at 1-0 with 15 minutes to go. It's looking less and less likely that we're going to get a goal today. We'll bring on Ronnie Stutter. He can come on. Oh, no, we can't, because we've made 3 subs, because I'm an idiot. And I was just hoping that they wouldn't notice and I could just slot him on there. Unfortunately, they did, and they managed to stop me. But we have got a free kick here. Ball comes in. Hudlin's at the back post. Heads in. There it is. Carl Hudlin. Stefancic with the cross. Hudlin with the header. We've levelled things up at 1-1. And I mean, that's what can happen. I would have taken him off if I had an extra sub. I'm glad I didn't have an extra sub now, because we're now level 1-1. Hudlin with the header, back post, and it goes in. Lovely stuff. Now 5 minutes to go. And Sheffield Wednesday do have a throw-in on the left-hand side as they're going to look to try and get the lead once again. We managed to get back a comeback. Are we able to make something happen in regards to us getting another one? Or will it be them who kind of gets the lead straight back and puts a dampener down on our mood? Ortega will look to chase that, but Adrenarian looks to get away with it. Carvalho plays it through to Razak, the overlapping fullback, who fires it across, and then Broadhead just taps it home. And yeah, there you go. It was a good goal, but frustrating for us, certainly. Razak's overlapping run caused us enough problems for our defence just to go to sleep, really. Look at that. He's gone past him. Stepe's not gone with him. Then Broadbent at the back post. Yeah. We brought on a more attacking fullback in time, so I can understand him maybe being out of position for that one. Probably my fault, that's why that's happened. But the clock ticks down. It's unfortunate, really, that we've ended up losing this one, because we did manage to get a comeback. We did level things off with Hudlin, but there you go. We are down in 14th now, and that is the end of the game. Could have been worse. Could have been worse, but you know, it happens. Like I say, we will probably jump to the end of the season now, as I don't think there's anything concerning. If something does happen, obviously we'll be coming back ready for that, but I think we'll be sitting around mid-table. Obviously, I'll be aiming to go as high as I can in the table, try and get as much money as we can to help us next season. I have also requested the board to provide us with better facilities, to hopefully improve our junior coaching and youth facilities. Junior coaching, we're going up to category 3, I think it is. So it is improving, which is great. That helps the players that we have got to develop, which is nice. But otherwise, that's kind of where we are at. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more great content like this. And I'll see you in the next one, probably at the end of the season. Otherwise, you'll soon find out. So I'll see you then.